True lessons and true blessings, people. Welcome to my show, That Real Spiritual Shit with True Alchemy 888. Now, today we're having spiritual review and discussion. Let me tell you a little bit about myself and this platform. We will go over research, support all spiritual creators, gurus, and we're going to talk about it and put it in our day to day living in order to guide us through our spirituality and the human experience. Now, on my platform, I do curse. You're welcome to curse. I'm pretty sure there's guidelines that I'll let you know at a later date. This is my first show, but right now, speak freely until hopefully I don't get banned. We're not gonna wish that in. But I'm the only way I'm gonna learn if I fall on my ass a couple times. But don't start no shit if you already know that what you're saying is going to get me banned or blocked. I implore you, do not come up here and start no shit. So, that being said, we welcome all thoughts, all ideas, and all lessons here when you're discussing and reviewing any of the material today. Today's material will be with the Baron. We do a lot of his material on Mondays. And it's Monday morning prayer and sister prayer with the Baron today. So we're going to review, we're going to talk about it, discuss it. And when I start going live, y'all welcome to come up and also discuss any of the material we have on this platform. So let's get started. Also, before we start, have your notebooks, your pens ready. You might learn something, have a little homework as far as growing your spirituality and your walk and this human experience, because we're going to have a well balanced human experience. We are all gods and goddesses in a human body having a human experience. That's how I look at it. And come with an open mind. Please come with an open heart. Now, once again, if you want to follow this creator, the spiritual creator, the Baron, you can find him on his platform, The Baron Speaks. Also, The Baron on YouTube, arsomatters.com for any spell work and readings, and True Spook TV for stories about spirituality and healing and protecting and witchcraft, things of that nature. Line in.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, Conjure Woman. What'd you say, Rick? Oh, Rich Rising. What's up, Rich Rising? Georgia, what it is, sister? Whew. M-E-L-E in this piece. What's up? Man, if I tell y'all my arms are sore, I am tired. I'm hitting this shit. I'm taking this damn diet thing serious, man. I tried to lift some weights. I am exhausted of 30 minutes of weightlifting, so I'm loving it. Queen Bayesian, what's up, darling? April, what's up? What's going on, Royal Blue? There we go. I can see a little bit better now. Everybody, today we're going to talk about Wayne. Thank you, April. Hey, so today we're going to talk about Wayne. So now, again, people, listen. I want you guys to understand, because there's going to be an exercise to this one once we get through the explanations, and I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to do this exercise. It's not going to be for everybody. Some people may say, double fuck this exercise, man. I ain't even going to try this shit. But this is the cause. This is a root cause to a lot of things that go wrong in your life. These are the things. This is why things go bad in your life. So I had to figure it out. I'm just going to get up here, and I want to pull up the actual root definition of it. Let's see, yeah. All right, that means section. All right, I just want to make sure you guys got it all. But and you guys are going to understand when I talk about this, why this needs to be prayed out of our ancestor energy. I lost my glasses, White, so I got to get another one today. All right, so I'm just gonna jump on into it. So the word of today is called Keter. Keter. It depends on your language, your tongue. K-E-T-A. Now, when we look at this thing and we say Keter, we don't typically understand what that means. You know, and this is crazy. If you look up Keter online, in the regular definition, they'll give you a fish, they'll give you a salmon. They'll say, well, there's Keter salmon. And you're like, shit, what does Keter salmon has to do with anything, you know? So we'll stop it right there. But when you go deeper into that word, Keter, K-E-T-A, Keter, whatever you want to call it, you'll find that it's part of your memory. It has everything to do with memory. Now, the reason why I'm going to mention the salmon in this issue first before I get into everything else, everybody knows that salmon do that thing where they spawn upstream, right? It's like when a salmon is born, instinctively it knows to go back to the same place it was born. No matter where it's at, it could be traveled 100 miles. It will take 3 years, 100 miles, whatever, to get to that same spot it remembers being born at. Now let that sink in. It no matter where it's at in its life, when it's come time to reproduce, when it come time to be inspired, when it come time to spawn, you know, in human beings' lifetime, when we spawn, that means we're going to another transition. We're birthing another part of ourselves. Same thing with the salmon. When the Keter, so that's why they call that's why Keter is short for salmon. K-E-T-A, because salmon is the only animals that do exactly what they're supposed to do without hurt, harm, or fail to get back to the same place to where they was birthed. Now, when I say let's take the fish off the table and let's talk about how it affects us as memory, thought processes, energy. See, this is the perfect thing for our ancestor prayer this morning, because more than often we do the same thing that our ancestors have done. We have the same mentality. No matter how far we go in life, we always want to come back to the point of origin, as if this is a certain thing that where this is the only place where we can achieve, grow, and amass. We have to take a step back and take 2 steps forward. See, I always hated that motherfucking line. I always hated that phrase, and the way my mind worked, I would talk to challenge everything. I always hated it. Oh, sometimes you got to take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. To me, that's a loser. That's a quitter. That's somebody who taking time out to be fucked up about life. I don't want to take 2 steps back. I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to go back to my point of origin in order for me to get further ahead in life. That means I done gave up on a goal. I done gave up on a mission. I done gave up on a plan in order to achieve something. That's asinine. That's more time. That's more treasure. That's more effort. I don't think I should be putting all that effort into this thing. So let me help you out, because this is going to get serious. I told you it's going to be an exercise at the end of this, because I'm going to expose something inside of you to which you keep going back to, and you never fix the situation. You never try to understand where that comes from. Now, let's get back on the salmon before I get back into this thing. Now, the salmon, they go there to rebirth themselves, to give birth, to spawn, but also after they give birth, they end up dying. They end up dying. So that part of them that traveled back to that point of origin, to which is in their DNA, to which is in their subconscious mind, to which is in their soul, their spirit, after they give birth to the new version of themselves, the old version dies. People, what if I told you that we go through this keta moment every fucking day of our lives? See, but we don't sit up there and allow that version of us to die. We'll take that keta moment and keep on trucking. We'll keep on trucking, and then we have to constantly come visit that again. We'll keep on trucking, then we have to come visit that again. We'll keep on trucking, we have to come visit that again. So now let's say that this is not a person, place, or thing. This is memory. This is in the mind. It's subconscious, that is. Ancestors had to deal with this shit. Now, as far as Americans, American blacks, Negroes, they say we descended of slaves. Ignorant motherfuckers that came up here on the boat, didn't know how to defend ourselves, didn't know how to cook for ourselves, feed ourselves, just we were dependent on the man to give us a job, a mission, a purpose, and that's all we come from. We're American Negroes. They have a law in books, in situations and circumstances, in scenarios, stating that even if they was to give somebody like me and you $1 million, even if we was to win the lotto, we would be poor within 20 years. We will be poor within 20 years, because guess what we're going to do? We're going to come back and help the community. We're going to come back and we're going to have to start from the point of origin. We're going to come back and we're going to buy that duplex that my mama lived in. We're going to sit up there and buy that same old car that my granddaddy used to drive. We're going to sit up there and do that type of shit. And then once we get in there, we're going to start living that lifestyle, because now we're going to remember every traumatic thing that went on in our lifetime when we was younger, back in that energy, and we're going to try to fix it. And all of our earnings, funds, all of our thought process, all of our mental gains are going to be taken away from us because we feel the need to give back. I bet you're saying, Baron, that's so goddamn selfish of you. If you make it, you're supposed to thunder back and help the people. You sure about that? You sure about that? Just because I bust my ass and made it to a certain point, I'm supposed to put myself in jeopardy, put my family in harm, put my riches put my riches on the table to thunder back and help out a community of people who don't understand and is not trying, or is under the rule of thumb. You got to take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. Now, by all means, I'm not sitting up here saying don't go back and help your people. No, no, no. I'm just saying you should not put yourself back in that situation when you helping them. A nice little loan. Pay 1 or 2 months worth of bills for them. Give them a leg up in the game. But don't you take your ass back to that hood. Don't you take your ass back to that time. Don't you take your ass back to that plantation. Don't put yourself in that situation and think you're supposed to birth another fucking version of yourself. No, you're going to step into the same energy that you were as that person in that situation. Now, I'm saying a lot, but I want y'all to get it. God damn it, y'all need to get it. So let me take it away from the here and now. Let me just go to relationships. Everybody that had relationship issues, I have. I'd say if I could keep a woman for more than 7 years, good Lord, I'm marrying her ass and I'm never giving up. That's see, I know my pattern. 7 years is my thing. After 7 years and that shit, after 7 years, it just seemed to follow. So lucky number 7 for me. So that's just me. So I know my habits, I know my patterns, right, in relationships. So if I set a marker in my mind that come 7 years, I need to be on the lookout for any of my bad habits, any of the bad habits my mate is going to present to me. I need to be 100% on the lookout for that. I am not going to challenge my mate. I am not going to challenge my partner on anything before that traumatic period in my life of 7 years. Pay attention now. Some of y'all losing out on your good mates, your masterpieces, the one God, spirit, source put in your life because you keep going back to a point in time when your baby daddy, your baby mama, your girlfriend, your ex fucked you over. And your mindset is simply that of, they fucked me over. So now I got to be on the lookout for the one that I got in my life right now because they gonna fuck me over. Did you ever once stop to think, well, I was with this, but we had some good years up until the 3-year mark. We had some good times up until the 1-year mark. We had some good times in these past relationships up until the 5-year mark, 7-year mark, 10-year mark. And then the 10-year mark, shit just went to hell. Now, instead of basing on your relationship, having that catch-up moment, going back into your defensive mechanism, going back into the place where you feel you can spawn yourself and get rebirth of yourself, go back into your cave. Instead of having that catch-up moment, how about you just don't worry about all the shit that your ex did and you focus on the here and now with the person that's in front of you. And then when you get to that 10-year mark that ex gave you hell in, or that you gave that ex hell in, that's when you start recognizing yourself, because we are creatures of pattern, habits. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying now. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that so much. We are creatures of habit and pattern. So, if I know, me, Bam, if I know that every time I've been in a long-lasting relationship, when that 7-year mark hit, or it's coming up to that 7-year mark, shit starting to fizzle out, I need to be on my P's and Q's and watch my motherfucking action, watch my tone, watch my mindset at that point in the game. I ain't making sense, am I? I need to be watching what the fuck I'm doing at that 7-year mark, because I know and I've mapped out my motherfucking issue when it comes to relationships. I need to be making sure I'm on my shit. Now I can make sure she's on her shit, because now I can look at her and say, it's been 7 years. Is she doing the same thing X, Y, and Z did? Is she operating like this? And the common denominator is me, because them two may not know each other. So the common denominator is me. That means I am giving them the illusion that they can do some shit like this. I am giving them the game book to do this right here. I am putting them in a position to operate like this one did towards that 7-year mark. So ultimately, it's me going into a catch-up moment. I don't gotta blame her for fucking me over. I can't blame her for leaving me. I can say, bitch, you hurt me. I can say, yeah, you fucked me good. I can say, yeah, I'm sorry, I got pain. I invested in you ran off. I can say that, but I can't blame her because I gave her the playbook.
Okay, y'all. So I don't know if this represents what a Keta moment is or not. But if you're repeating, or if something is showing in your life that happened to you in a, say, another relationship, if it's repeating itself in your life, yes, you're the common denominator in that situation, obviously, but obviously you did not spiritually pass that test. You did not learn what you were supposed to learn in that lesson. You For it to show up again in your life, because once these lessons are learned, I'm telling you the truth. Once these spiritual lessons are learned in our lives, we no longer repeat them. Or even if it tries to come in our life, we peep that shit out from the door and we know exactly how to handle it. So it's like doing a walkthrough. It's nothing to us. But we no longer repeat it. If it's being repeated in your life, if a female is in your life, brand new female, but same old problems, is doing the same thing as the last female and trying to fuck you over, what did you do? I'm not blaming you, but there's something that you didn't learn. There's a connection that you didn't have in that last experience that had you repeating experience again with a whole different new person. So what didn't you get? And whatever you did last time, I'm gonna need you to do the opposite. That's an easy way to get out of that shit. Whatever the fuck you did the first time, and you now is on repeat with a whole different person. Do the opposite. Just do the opposite. And I guarantee you will never have to repeat that situation again. So let's get back to the message. But just gave you a clue. You might want to write that down. If you experiencing something that you experienced before in the same way, but a whole different person or situation, or whatever the dynamic is in your life that you're experiencing once again on some deja vu shit, do the opposite. Do the exact opposite. If you snapped the first time, be calm, patient, and try to be understanding this time and see how it goes. I bet you won't experience that shit again.
This is relationship now. I hope y'all getting it. I'm putting me on the line because I don't know who y'all booed up with. I'm talking about my situation over the relationships of my life, my marriages, girlfriends from high school, everything. Every time I was in a long-standing relationship, 7 years is all it took. When it got to that 7-year mark, shit went to hell. And I can't blame society, the internet, books, grandma, everybody. I'm the common denominator with them women.
Facts.
Those women attitude have one thing in common. Me. Not society, not life. Me. So the way I operate now, when it comes to that 7-year mark, I'm paying attention to my shit. Because now I'm watching them to make sure they're okay. Now, what does that have to do with this word keter? I want to make sure you guys understand. Keter, the textbook definition of keter, I talked about salmon, how salmon go back to the place of origin. In 7 years, I'm going to go back to my place of origin to see where I fucked up at, because that's a traumatic thing for me. 7 years in a relationship, it becomes traumatic. I get scared. Ooh. So now I'm operating out of point of survival. Same thing as you. See, it's 7 years for me. It could be 1 month for you. It could be 3 months for you. Hell, it could be when you gave up the puss. Hell, it could be when you put cock in them. It could be that. But I go on a date. Pay attention. So when we get in that operation off of survival mode in that Keter, that means we going back to a place to where we was birthed. That energy of separation for many, that energy of lack for some, the energy of poverty for most. And we have to sit up here and we have to understand, if I'm going to be back in this situation, I need to do everything to destroy that version of me. So when I do respawn and move forward, I don't need to come back here. See, that's where we fuck up at in relationships. That's where we fuck up at in relationships, because we go back to the part where we have to be on our P's and Q's, on our guard. We have to watch that hoe. We have to watch that nigga. We can't trust him or her. We go back to that shit, and then instead of spawning, understanding, dying, and leaving, we operate in that shit for here and forever. And think that, okay, it's gonna get better. When it don't. Because we just keep stacking up traits, illusions. We keep on, and we keep creating a Keter moment. So now we done walked around our whole life is a Keter moment. Y'all follow me so far? Did I lose any of y'all?
Yes. Yes.
Did I lose any of you?
Yes, you did, sir.
If I did, now tell me, now I could go back and give you another one when it comes to relationships.
Give me another one. I'm telling you.
Listen to me talk, because I'm a beautiful man. I need to know you're getting it. I'm going to scroll up these comments yonder. Oh, yeah. People, when it comes to this Keter, Keta, it's a bitch. Our ancestors are trapped on it. It's infused in our DNA. Once we made it out of the hood, we're going to go back to the hood. Once we was niggas at one point in the game, we're going to go back to being niggas. Once we was crackers, we're going to go back to being crackers. How do you say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, and you can't turn a nigga into a man? This is the gold standard of how people see us. If you wonder why they say this word. So let's take all the insults away and just say, that motherfucker gonna have a Keter moment. That sounds a lot nicer, don't it? This is a word that's hidden in the dictionary. That motherfucker gonna have a Keter moment. Watch. Gonna have a Keter moment. Let me tell you what the definition of Keter is outside of the salmon. We know the subconscious the salmon migration to their birthplace gave us what it is. That's why they call it Keter salmon. So let me tell you another one. So let's break down the word in Hebrew. Everybody like the old Hebrew. Let's even talk about our brothers, the Hebrew Israelites. We go back to what we know. We don't look for nothing different. So the word in Hebrew, Keter, K-E-T-A, in Hebrew, and I'll read it right here. So Keter in Hebrew means part, section, thing, gag. What you mean gag? If I'm not mistaken, gag is a joke. Gag is a memory, a facade. Gag is playfulness, whimsical. Gag is just like fuck you over, laugh. It's funny. Now the word Hebrew, Keter in Hebrew, means a part, a section, a thing, a gag. What did I tell you about our memory? It's a part of our thought process. It's a thing that we attach something to. It's a section of our mind, of our thought. That maybe that one ain't get you right. I'm scratching my head. I ain't greased it yet. Let's talk about Keter in the American word, Keter. Did you know that Keter is slang in the movie, in the video industry? Baron, what you say? You telling me that they have this word that we never heard of? And that's how they refer to it in the music industry, all these music videos you see. The Drakes and the Kings, the Cardi B's and the Sam Jacksons and shit. Hold on. It's a scene in a movie. It's a part of a movie, a script. It's when you watching a movie, you go back to it. Damn, if I'm not mistaken, that's that memory again, right? I'm telling you about that memory. And our memory become our subconscious. See, what people don't understand, your memory is your strongest superpower. And let me help you out. When we have a memory, we learn. So our habits are learned traits. No, I'm sorry. Our traits are learned habits. Learn is still memory because we had to experience something to which we are instilling inside ourselves. So memory is the strongest thing. And if you want to be honest, my personal belief, memory is one of the gods that died. That's why you got 5 plutonic solids instead of 7, where it's supposed to be 7. You only got 5. But we'll talk about that, later on. We'll talk about that in another one. So you got memory, who has died and lost. That's why they say there's nothing new under the sun. Because we're operating off of memory, we haven't got into inspiration yet. See, the opposition to Keter is inspiration. And I know I'm being real technical, and I know I lost some people, but baby, rock with me, follow me. I swear you're going to learn and you're going to be able to defeat this shit. So if the music in the movie, not gay, the powers that be, the big boys, if they sitting up there having this word and saying, this is a Keter, so let's go to a scene in a movie. Let's go to the Keter 3.92 on the reel. And they can go and they can manipulate that, change it around, flip it, or they can show that scene on all your commercials and shit. So now that's in the movie and the music industry, Keter. Look it up. So let's look at the definition of Keter. Keter is you remembering a distant memory. Remembering a distant memory from long ago. And they'll cut it off right there. Because I done seen times when I done been happy. And I remember a joke I heard, that guy. I remember a joke I done heard a long time ago, and I laughed. A joke I heard a long time ago as a kid, I laughed. I done seen somebody bust their ass, and I laughed. I done seen some shit happen in the past to which made me so motherfucking sad that I cried, and my life was going great. It's a distant memory. This is a word. Now, how many of us are so depressed right now in our life, and we are trying to maintain happiness? We are trying to think about the future. We are trying to overcome our adversity. The only thing we can do is have those Keter moments. I remember when I had the best man on the planet, but now I'm single now. I remember when I had the best woman, and she did everything for me, but now I'm sitting up there single. I remember when I had the finest car, the nicest clothes, the best jewelry. I remember when I had the baddest motherfucking body. I remember when my dick used to stand up, boom, and my dick was legendary, baby. I remember when I could drop this whole motherfucking just make her say, ugh, in less than 2 seconds.
Fuck.
These are Keter moments. Because these Keter moments present a traumatic situation. See, they don't want to sit up there and look at it. You may think of a time you laughed and joyed. And now I'm going to hit you with the real deal, people. You may think that if I go back in a distant memory and I see a time where I had a great life and things was going good for me, and you may think about that moment as in a good way, but then you instantly got to jump back to this reality here, and you don't have that. Know what that creates in your life? Trauma, drama, depression, because now you want to get back to that or something similar. And what you going to do? You're going to do that salmon energy, and you're going to migrate your ass all the way back to that point, thinking you're going to get a rebirth, or you're going to go back to that energy, thinking it's going to birth a new version of yourself. Are you getting it now, people?
No.
Are you getting how toxic this word is? The thought process of this memory and letting Keter control it. I'm transparent. I told you I'm running for president, Baron for president. So I remember when I got married the first time. Now, I've been married twice. Both of the marriages. My first wife didn't cheat on me. I can tell you that. we were just kids and young and stupid, and we just didn't know. We were trying some shit, you know. We knew each other from the neighborhood, got together. She didn't know how to take my kid. I didn't know how she was raising her kids. She had an attachment to her grandma. She couldn't leave her grandma and her family alone. Me, I ain't care about my family because I was abused. So I didn't understand. So that wasn't a bad marriage. It just lasted really short. So then I look at the time where I walked that woman down the aisle. I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was doing something. I was breaking generational curses, people. I was going to be the first one of my mama kids to get married and stay married and have a family. I had started me a business. I was breaking generational curses. I was at the height of my goddamn life. That marriage lasted every bit of 6 months. Now, when I walked down the aisle, I cried. I cried like a baby. Oh, look at my wife. I'm almost passed out. My brother Terrell, he grabbed me on the back. It's okay. And I'm feeling, man, I'm feeling like a punk. I'm feeling like a punk. I'm stronger than this. I kept apologizing because I played that in my head, right? That's that distant memory. That's that kettle moment. And I look at it. Why is the happiest day of my life where I made a decision to be a man, to stand up and do the right thing by society, God, and everybody else, woman, child, all that? I made the decision to do that. Why is that a kettle moment? Why does that moment bring me pain? And let me tell you why. I have to meditate on this now. The reason that brings me pain is because I don't have that energy right now in me. That was the purest form of me. That's when I gave the one love that I had. And I made a commitment. And that commitment fell short. So now when I look at that, I'm not looking at it as I was sitting up there getting married to Nicole. I look at myself as a failure. Because it's not with me now. Baron, I'm not understanding. Some of y'all look back at y'all marriages and y'all relationship, or when y'all first started boo-thanging and fucking and doing like this, and y'all have been together 6, 7 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you look back at the happier times then, and you realize it ain't that no more. That energy ain't here. I'm lost. I don't know, because that's what I want. And he won't give it to me. She won't give it to me. Not for once thinking that you have grown. You are a different person. You done rebirthed yourself several times. You done became something totally different. That energy is not for you to live in. That memory should not permeate through your mind as your staple, as your learned habit or your trait or your gold standard of who you are today. This is why I advocate for living in the moment. Keter is a trauma response. Keter is something that creates so much trauma. Why do you think they create movies? Why do you think we can stroll up down our lines on TikTok and they'll show us a movie that happened from Jason Friday the 13th long time ago. And then when they show us that memory, it'll pop up and then we have to think about all what we was doing in that memory. I couldn't stay up. I was under somebody else's thumb. I was afraid of everything. People was hurting me. We was on the brink of war. Same thing what's going on now. Let me do you one better. Everybody had this Facebook, right? Facebook will send you a photo from 10 years ago. Facebook good at creating Keter moments. Yeah, I'm talking about technology because I need you to get it. They'll send you a picture through your Google email, whatever, and say, do you want to save this moment? Do you want to save it? And now that shit pop up and you looking at it and you're like, damn, I was so happy. Yeah, I had abs, I was in shape, big print showing, I had the pass thing on my arm. Ooh, woo! And then you snap out of that Keter moment and you come back to your life and you're like, man, I'm all fat now. I got a little hamburger and shit, man. I'm long and games and movies in the house with a cat. Where my life went. I was that guy. I was that girl where my life went. What happened? Where did I go wrong? And now that Keter is depressing you. Now you want to get your ass back in the gym, spend money on supplement. Now you want to sit up there and get brand new clothes and get into your low moment, get into your ego energy. And now you want to just try to regain that energy, thinking it's going to make you whole again, but it is not. It is a gag. Is it an illusion? It is a sin. Hell, the word's right there in the definition. What does it mean in the Hebrew gag? What's a gag? A joke. They're telling us we should not live in that moment. We should not try to recreate that moment. But yet we do. Because we haven't grown and we don't understand that we are different than that moment. We are in a totally different energy. Now that's relationship, people. Let's get on religion, spirituality. Let's talk about the Keter moment. And I'm transparent, people. I want to be president of the United States. I promise I do. I can fix this country in 30 days. I promise. So I'm transparent. So anything you find out against me, feel free to give me. I don't mind. I will stand on it. I will stand on it. When it comes to our spirituality and our religion, everybody done heard of the Christianity. Everybody done heard of it, been indoctrinated in and all this stuff. We go and we try to become better spiritualists. Mm-hmm. We sit up there and try to become ascended masters, but then we have that one thought of us giving our life to Jesus Christ, giving Jesus Christ our soul, standing at the altar with this preacher, and he come to Jesus just now. He will save you. He will save you just now. And every time we try to.
Okay, if I didn't give you this warning, all religions are respected on this platform, and your experience with that religion is respected. So if you have a bad experience with any type of religion, I'm here to respect your views on it and your experience on it, because I had a couple of bad experiences myself in my spiritual journey. I'm not going to get upset about it, even if you had a bad experience and whatever I believe and whatever my religion is. I can't get mad at your experience, your spiritual walk. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not here to make fun of anybody's spirituality, but if you had a experience, and I'm here to respect it. Point blank, period. All right, let's get back to it.
To love our neighbor, to be brothers with somebody that's not a Christian faith. We got to quote the Bible verses that they fed us in Sunday school. Right. Anytime we try to burn a candle for our ancestors, that's demonic. We, in the back of our mind, we thinking, okay, who is a man with a glove and a sight going to come and kill me? Or I'm signing my name on a book to go to hell, so ain't nowhere in hell I could fix my life. Ain't nowhere in hell I could evolve and live in the moment. Ain't nowhere in hell my conscious mind can become intergalactic, interstellar, spiritual. Because of that religion that we stuck to and clung to, that we have Keter moments. So when we do it, so when we lay out our tarot cards, when we burn our candle, when we make our Evos, when we sit up there and we do a little root work, when we sit up there and we do a little reading a different book other than the Bible, all our shit fall flat. We get afraid. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what? I'm going to pay somebody else to do it. Let them take the hit. I just reap the rewards. If I'm lying, say I'm lying. The reason why we can't achieve the glory and abundance that's set out for us to do, for us to gain, is we're too busy hopping back on the Keter moment of our original religion that was taught to us. Now, let's say that you was raised in in a spirituality setting, and you found Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior.
Right.
Even when you start reading that Christian book, that Bible, and you convert into something new, going to a new energy, you're going to always think back to when you see grandma out there cutting that chicken up and throwing it on the fire. You will always think back to when you see mama climbing a tree and putting mangoes and shit in the ocean for y'all, any water deity. Writing scriptures and sheep blood on the door to keep the enemy away. You're going to always have that, even though you're sitting up here trying to be the best Christian you can be. But you got to think, am I doing something wrong to my ancestors because I'm trying to be Christian? You're going to have that kettle moment. And it's going to be a trauma-based response. Because you're going to say, that's my origin, but I'm not that now. Am I wrong? And then you lose hope and you lose faith. And then your shit don't work. Jesus ain't going to see you if you don't have no faith in him. Let alone your ancestors ain't going to see you if you don't venerate them with 100% respect. You see how bad Keta is? It's a gag. It's a joke. It's a distant memory, a scene in your mind that we go back to thinking that we can get stronger and better when we go back to it. See, when it comes to spirituality, we'll go back to our point of origin and we'll rebuke it. We'll curse it out. I don't need you no more, demon. I don't need you no more voodoo. I got Jesus Christ. I don't need you no more Christianity. I got Islam. I don't need you no more Islam. I got goddamn Christianity. And you're fighting the old energy, forsaking the new version of yourself. If that ain't a message, I don't know what it is. I think I need to wipe my mouth with a handkerchief like an old Southern Negro preacher. Your spirituality ain't spiritualing because you're too busy having kettle moments when it comes to your praise, veneration, and worship. If you make a decision to become a spiritualist and leave any organized religion, stick with it. It's your decision. Don't half-ass it. And y'all sitting up here doing petitions, writing spells, thinking y'all can create a new life for yourself, thinking y'all could manifest the energy you need. But every time you sit up there and look at that altar you made that you hide in your closet, that you keep covered up when your family members come over.
That part.
When you look over there and you see your kids and you think they're going to judge you, or when you wear your elite gaze, or when you wear beads like this, or when you wear your little charm and bracelet, your little stones and crystals, you sit up there, oh, they're going to try me. When you start growing your hair out because that's what you want to do, take on a mountain man approach, you start feeling wild, cut the perm out your head and you're going natural. Put the perm in your head from going natural, you think your family going to judge you. You have these kettle moments and it become a trauma response. And y'all walk around saying, oh, I'm dealing with my trauma. No, you're dealing with old trauma. You're not dealing with the new energy. And the reason you're dealing with old trauma is because you keep revisiting it. I'm a spiritualist. You think I'm going to let a Christian come tell me about the Bible when I have made a decision to be this? I am in my conviction that I am a tarot man. I am a Southern folk magic practitioner. I am a spiritualist. I want to be an ascended master. So no, you're not going to tell me I'm not that. No, you're not going to give me some bullshit Frankenackel story that I can be the worst person on the planet, that I'm going to go to a mythical place in hell and burn. You don't know. You ain't never fucking been there. I ain't never been there. So don't come kill my vibe. Don't put that memory in my head. Don't put that thought process in there. Don't play me for fucking stupid people. Let me be who I'm going to be. Ignore my ignorance if you know better. Let your God or my God fight over what they're going to do with me and leave me be. Am I making sense? But when it comes to spirituality, people, we losing the goddamn war because we want to have a Keter moment and keep going back to our point of origin thinking we can get some from there. Oh, I used to do witchcraft. I was in all that shit, but now I done went back to Jesus Christ. How your life going? Since you done went back to Jesus Christ, you're sitting up there in the same old church, listening to the same old man preaching, pulpitting, and then you're giving your tithe and offering, you're going home with your own goddamn problem, unable to make it better because you're waiting on some mythical man in the sky to do it for you. Keter moment. God damn.
That was good. That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Okay. Now, on this platform, we will not watch the full video of the creators because if you're interested, if it stirs up your soul, if it resonates, you need to go on their platform, like, share their video, and show them love. And that was the Baron, and you can find him on YouTube. Now, speaking about, it took me a minute. I ain't gonna lie, it took me. I almost got it. I think I almost got it. Basically, I was writing it down. Y'all, I was writing it down. I summed it up because I was like, what was it? What are you? Never go back to your your past? I'm trying to figure out what the a Keter moment was. So I was writing down, never go back to your past. Is it pain in your past? Is it pain in your memories and your thoughts? These are the things I'm writing. Keter moment is a joke because I'm trying to get the concept of what he's trying to say. But I summed it up to this: stop trying to fix the past and walk into your future, right? So let the traumas in your past be the traumas in your past and let it guide you to your future. That's what I took from it. And if you really want a better understanding, once again, go to his platform and show some love, like, and share. Now, me thinking about my life, because I do go into true stories with me and Keter moments. And do I implement that in my life as we speak? Because I am for the community. But most of my ideas and my views on it is something new in helping the community, not going back to where I came from, trying to rectify or fix the past. I needed to learn from that past. Therefore, I need not to try to go back and fix it. And by learning from it, I can now walk into my future. And we're going to leave it like that. Also, I would like to put or implement this. If whatever you believe spiritually is your walk, is your belief. Yes, you might lose connection with your ancestors if you go and choose one deity, one god over another. But it won't be all of the ancestors. There's ancestors that rock with whatever you believe in, and you know there are ancestors like you. So get in tune to them. Never try to fix the past. Your spiritual walk is your spiritual walk. So if you decide to believe in Christianity, be a Muslim, whatever you decide, go hard in that belief and don't go back and forth with it. That's when it get messy. And that's tonight's show. That real spiritual with True Alchemy 888. Now, if you want to find me, show some love to me. You can always cash at me on True Alchemy 888 on Cash App, Instagram, even on TikTok. You be blessed, and y'all have a good night. Thank you for coming.